Hey everybody, welcome back to another Motivation Monday podcast for Monday, April 8th, 2019. As always, we hope you have had a great weekend and hope you're ready to get this week started off on the right foot by thinking about some new things, maybe some stuff that will inform your practicing and your music making for the week. So this week I wanted to talk about a recent YouTube video that I made about transcribing. And I called it the do's and don'ts of transcribing. And there's a whole bunch of stuff in there that I hoped would guide your transcription efforts, make things a little bit easier, and point you in the right direction. So I'm going to include a link to that video in the show notes. So if you go to 10minutejazzlesson.com and click on this episode, you can get the entire video and hear a lot of the stuff that I was talking about. I'm not going to be talking about all of those things on the episode today. I wanted to talk about just one facet of the video and dig a little bit deeper on that subject. So that one topic is choosing the right solo, especially if you are new to transcription. This is a really vital thing if you're getting into this part of learning the jazz language that is transcribing and learning tunes off of records and stuff like that. It's very important that you choose a solo that's not going to be too difficult for you to transcribe. Because the thing about transcription is, no matter what solo you choose, if you're inexperienced at doing it, it's going to be difficult. There's just no way around it. Like so many things that go into being a good jazz musician, difficulty is part of the game. And of course, we don't grow without doing difficult things, but I think that this is one of the most difficult, especially if you are not super adept at using your ears to synthesize information and then put it on your instrument. So choosing the right solo is going to be huge for you. And like I said in the video, like if you go and you say, all right, I'm going to transcribe Michael Brecker's solo on Some Skunk Funk as your first solo ever, that is not going to go well for you. That is really going to turn you off from the transcription process, and that's not what we want. I want you to really get into the transcription process and start doing these on a regular day-to-day basis. You know, if you choose something by Coltrane at 300 BPM, don't do that. Try to pick something that's really simple, that you feel you can comprehend, and that you feel confident about actually figuring out on your instrument. So I wanted to give you a list of some artists that would be really helpful for you to transcribe maybe first, all right? And these are players of different instruments. I've picked a couple of saxophone players, a trumpet player, and a guitar player that you might be able to get going with. So the first person that I always recommend to my students is Dexter Gordon. Now, the thing about Dexter Gordon is that there are some really tough Dexter Gordon solos out there. But what you want to do is you want to sift through Dexter's catalog and find one that you think might not be that difficult for you. And you don't have to do an entire solo. If you hear a chorus that Dexter plays that you want to transcribe, just stick with that at the beginning. Then you can work your way up to an entire solo. But Dexter's a great, just really clear player that you could benefit a lot from transcribing. So he's my number one. My second one would be the trumpet player and vocalist Chet Baker. He's fantastic because he also plays in a very clear fashion. And the other beautiful thing about Chet Baker is that you can either transcribe his trumpet solos or you can transcribe some of his vocal stuff. He has some really fantastic scat solos that are very easy to figure out. In fact, he was one of my first people that I ever transcribed, and I'll never forget some of the solos that I did by him on vocals. His pitch is amazing, so you're not going to be guessing about what note he's singing. Fantastic person to transcribe. Next is going to be a guitar player that I absolutely love his records and I think wouldn't be crazy difficult to transcribe, and that is Grant Green, the guitarist. He plays a lot of repetitive material and his vocabulary is very recognizable, which is always a good feature to have when you're transcribing somebody. So there's a guitar player for you. The last person is another saxophone player, but somebody who I think is absolutely wonderful to transcribe, and that's Lou Donaldson. He sort of came out of like almost the New Orleans Boogaloo school of playing. And that stuff tends to just be a little bit more simple and filled with energy. And a lot of his records feature tunes that are over only 1 or 2 chords, which is really nice if you're looking to get started. So the thing about this is, if you're new to transcription, you're looking for a win almost right away. You're looking for a solo that you can transcribe without a ton of trouble, that you can feel like, okay, I can do this. And you can start to progress your ears, start to progress your ability to transcribe things. And I think that these 4 artists will really provide that for you. A great way to get into transcription without feeling bad about yourself that you can't figure out what's going on. Stay away from the really, really difficult solos that you might love to know how they do it, but you're just not ready for it yet. Okay? So let me know what you think. 10-Minute Jazz Lesson Community group on Facebook. Let me know who you've transcribed. If you've transcribed some of these artists, let me know what solos you've done, or just let me know about any troubles that you might have transcribing. Go and check out the rest of that video. You can either find it on my YouTube channel, which is listed under my name, Nick Manella, or you can go to the show notes for this episode and the video will be in there. All right, have a great week, everybody. Stay inspired, get on the horn, start transcribing, and keep doing the good things that you guys are all doing out there. Really appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on Friday with a regular episode. Have a great week, everybody. Bye.